on.
Hi.
Hello, Meg.
Hi,
Good evening to you.
Oh, good afternoon.
It's afternoon for you.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Yes, that's right. For me, it's, 8 p.m.? Almost
8 p.m. Yeah.
Almost a bit confused here. And for you, what time are you in?
1 p.m. just after lunchtime.
1 p.m.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, so I'm in Singapore. You are in Hamburg, I believe, correct?
Yeah, in Hamburg,
right?
That's correct, yeah.
Interestingly enough, our session is all about engagement in Japan, where none of us are right now, but I've just come back from holiday, correct?
That is true.
So
That's funny. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you've got some good vibes there. So good evening to everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
We're really excited to welcome you to this session. If you're live, drop us a note. Okay, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. I can see we're live on LinkedIn here. This is really exciting, Meg, right?
Yeah,
I've been working on this
totally.
towards this for a long time. We'll do a very quick introduction here and then we'll jump right in. So my name is Mike. I'm a professional certified coach. I'm also a teacher of professional coaching skills to leaders and HR business partners. Originate from Germany, been in Singapore now for almost 20 years. And I'm very passionate about expanding these skills in as many areas as possible because they're so impactful. And Meg, how about you? What's the number one thing people need to know about you?
Thank you. My name is Megumi. I'm based in Germany and I'm also a professional certified coach and leadership coach. And originally, obviously, I'm from Japan and been in Germany for the last 16 years now. It's funny. Mike is in Singapore and I'm in Germany. Yes. I coach people, mostly business managers and also non-managers to develop themselves to be authentic leader and enhance their communication skills and leadership skills. That's, what I'm doing.
Thank you,
so excited. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're coming here together for a couple of good reasons. Right?
Yes.
So, and I'll give a bit of an introduction here, what we're covering here today. I think is something highly relevant. Our session is about an engagement crisis that apparently exists in Japan. Right? We'll talk a bit about this.
Yes.
And about some of the underlying things that we see in organizations, and we'll propose a way forward here today.
Yeah.
And why are we doing this specifically? Because we have been building leaders for a while, and we see a specific need and opportunity, right, for leaders in Japan to gain skills that are powerful, that are helpful, and that are effective. Okay, so in our session here, Megumi and I were going to cover 4 things. We'll talk about that critical state. We'll talk specifically about some skills, right? Skills that we love and that we know are effective. We'll cover some basic objections and we offer a path forward. So our agenda here, that critical state, 6% engagement rate, right?
Yes.
So once you shared that with me, Meg, I was stunned.
I
was really stunned. And I just show one visual, then I'd love to just hear from you a bit how that shows up. I found this graph here from Gallup's latest engagement survey and Gallup tracks this for a long time. They're a very credible source in that. And they see globally on average, engagement is in the lower 20s, which is already quite horrible, I would say. East Asia, it's already a bit lower, but Japan, wow, it trails quite behind. And Meg, what's from your end, what is going on there?
Oh, thank you. It's quite shocking, isn't it? When I saw this, yes. I was totally shocked and really concerned. There are many different opinions around that, of course. But, having Japanese cultural background and work environment, there are certain sort of character that we have to address. Society is slightly unique. And we have, as maybe many of you know, we have excessive working hours and long hour commute, which can disengage people. And hierarchy is really prioritized in Japan. And also people tend to suppress their own feeling and opinions. So that is sort of a society background. And having said that, also, I mean, Japan is changing, new generation changing, and working environment is changing, and it is becoming really diverse. And middle of this change, I think leadership, some kind of resonant type of leadership is lacking in a Japanese work environment. That's what I see personally.
Thank you. I mean, it's quite shocking, and we know what it means to be in an environment that is all disengaged, right?
Yes.
So, and it's also among the lowest globally. That's also what I saw, and we see that actively disengaged. That's something that stunned me too. Actively disengaged employees in Japan outnumber engaged workers by a ratio of 4-1. 4-1. This is crazy. And what does that mean to be actively disengaged? Gallup differentiates between engaged, not engaged, and actively disengaged. Actively disengaged people speak out actively against their organization. And let that sink in, right? And that's the kind of thing that we see here, and it's quite alarming. It's quite alarming, so that we have a lot of people. Nearly 7 in 10 workers in Southeast Asia are quiet quitting. A lot of them are loud quitting. That's the name that we use for that now. So that's really alarming. And these low engagements resulted in Japanese businesses collectively losing over 86 trillion yen.
Wow.
2023 alone. Isn't that a business case? I think if we improve in this area, it will make a big difference, isn't it? But there's a storyline here. Where does that 6% engagement rate comes from? Because there's another data point here. 70% of the variance in team engagement is determined solely by the manager. I might say it's up to. Depends on your case, of course. But that connects these two. And how do you see that connection play out, Megumi?
Oh, definitely. Really. I mean, throughout the many coaching sessions with business leaders and also non-managers, in a way, I hear both sides, right? So this really resonates, and actually, lack of, as I said, like a resonant type of leadership. The leaders are more engaged with team members, and then they have relationship, and they have a trust in between. And these elements are completely lacking. Of course, I wouldn't say in every organization, but many organizations. So that is affecting this 6% of engagement rate. Yeah, thank you. And there's a lot of things missing here for this to happen. I've got just a few more additional things here. So managers just drive engagement. How? Goal setting, feedback, accountability. And by the way, these are all closely related to the skills we're going to talk about. And only 30% managers globally are engaged themselves. And well, that transports itself further, isn't it? If we have maybe a 6% population in Japan of managers, just hypothetically, that are engaged, it spreads like a virus, isn't it? But on the contrary, when managers are engaged, their teams are much more likely to be engaged. And the last message here is that communication is crucial. Right? So when we learn this, we have a big difference here. And I found this statistic really telling here. Oh, this is very, very green here. Let me just switch this off. Managers in the top quartile of the manager enablement index have significantly higher engagement. So these are managers who know how to enable others. And they have a significantly higher engagement rating. And that's than bottom quartile managers here. And I wonder, if you were to say, what do you think is the top challenge that Japanese managers face? An enabling leadership style. Yes. I think there are lots of informations, and also, like Japan used to have a more top-down type of, a sort of hierarchy type of management, and then there are issues around communication issues at the moment within the organization. So they're more careful about communications. But because they are so careful, they tend to not to say, giving the right feedback, not to have a closeness in the conversation, so which kind of creates a distance as well. And the middle managers, they are stressed out. So you kind of mentioned about the engagement managers, lack of engagement, which is happening. So they don't really have energy to really develop some junior staff and also have effective conversations. There are lots of difficulties there, challenges.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And I'll switch things around a bit here. What I found interesting, and now I want to preface that I don't speak Japanese, but I've taught coaching in Japan. So with a number of Western companies that are most locally staffed. So I got exposure to Japanese culture there and also to some of the struggles, but way less than you, of course, Megumi. So, but what I've noticed even there is that this is very much solvable on a skill level. All right, so and we'll talk about some of the objections at the end today, but our excitement is because we've seen firsthand how skills can solve this, and we are here because there's something exciting, and I wanna just bring this up here because there's a number of competencies, communication competencies, you just called them, that address virtually all of those challenges that leaders face. Right? They don't address some cultural nuances, granted, but they deliver so much value in terms of helping people become more coach-like and enabling that it's such an easy choice to practice. And we want to talk a bit about this here, Megumi, you and I, to introduce that. And many of you may not have seen those. The ICF, that stands for International Coaching Federation. It's a global non-profit body that exists to define what good coaching is, professional level coaching on an individual level, organizational level. And their competencies are reading often like leader competencies, don't they?
Yeah, totally.
If we just go through them, and I just leave this right now as a picture here, which one of those, how do they relate to leaders being successful or not successful currently in Japan, do you think?
All of them. As you address, this is really similar to leadership development, right? But really cultivate trust and safety. And we talk about, B, 4, and 5, and maintains presence. And many people don't really know the level of presence, right, that you can demonstrate as a leader. And we develop as a coach these presence and cultivate trust and safety. That is really, really important. Not even like you're just a business leader, but as a person, the level of presence is really important, isn't it?
Yes. And we want to help leaders to go from a very transactional style of interacting to something that connects. We don't want people to become overly empathetic, right? Or emotional at work. Often coaching is confused that way. But we want to give them a toolkit that allows them to bring out the best in others. And that's what coaching really is. We're helping others to perform and to grow. And to grow, to perform. It's interdependency, isn't it? And we're not belaboring too much, but we actually wanted to demonstrate this, what it sounds like to have a non-coaching style, a very traditional coaching style. And I've seen that, by the way, everywhere in the world. And what it might sound like to coach. And maybe we'll just pick an example here. And we'll look at how this might relate to coaching competencies like active listening, like evoking awareness, like helping people, facilitating people's growth. These are all core people jobs, manager jobs, aren't they? And I'll put us both back here, Meg.
Yes.
Shall we try this for a moment?
Yes. Let's do it.
Yes. And to everyone, we talked about a potential topic, but we've not scripted anything. Okay, so we'll just do this as on the cuff here, just for 2 to 5 minutes to just play around with this. And I'll imagine myself being a manager right now. And you're my report, Megumi.
Yes.
So what topic do you bring? What would you like to discuss?
I'm actually a bit confused about my future direction. I mean, my career direction. You know, 5 years ago, 5 years ago, you know, I joined this team, and you know, from more operational type of job that I changed to more sales type of job. And I'm not sure, you know, I learned a lot. And a certain area.
Let me cut you off here, Megumi. Yes, let me cut you off here for a moment, because, and I'll make it red, by the way, because it's the bad example, okay? Let me cut you off here, because this is so easy, to be honest. Okay. I mean, you got plenty of things to learn, I have to say. It surprises me also that you come so early in this, because you really have a lot of things that you have to just catch up on, Megumi. All right, so, and I understand your career is important, but honestly, we've got lots of work to do first here, okay? And there is a place for this, and it may not be the right place right now. So, but let me give you some advice. I think when it might be a better thing to bring this up when we really have some good case to show for. Right? So, and I really want to be really brutally honest here. Okay? So, I am thankful that you brought this up, but to be frank, I'm not sure right now whether this is the right thing to put on the plate.
Okay.
Cut. What happened to you right now there, Megumi?
Yeah, I felt like I'm shocked and, you know, totally disattached and, you know, withdrew myself and was scared a bit.
Yes, and this just played, right? But you can feel it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I have to bite my lips a lot here. But let's try this again, and I'll give myself a green background, supposedly a green one here, okay? Yeah. So, not a red one here. Let's make a green one. Let's try this again. Megumi, so we have thanks for inviting. I know we have a few minutes, but you wanted to ask a question. What is it?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused, Mike, about my career direction. And 5 years ago, I joined this department, and, you know, my job role is slightly switched from operational type of job, and now I've been doing more sales job. And I'm learning a lot, but I'm not sure, you know, if I'm performing well and what is my direction to focus. I'm not really clear. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing this, Megumi. So I think I really welcome this, because I really want to help you to not just perform, but also to make sure that this job aligns to your career direction. Right, so, and I wonder, I know we only have a few minutes of time, but I'd like to make this something we can discuss continuously from now on, because I can tell this is likely important for you. But what is the number one thing that you would like to resolve for yourself over the next few months then?
I think I want to set a midterm goal. If I can get within 2-3 months with some direction,
I see. A midterm goal. Can you be a bit more concrete? What exactly would that be like? And, you know, given our work setup here, of course, what could that be like that shows you that you get more clarity there?
Okay. I think if I'm clear about in 3 years where I want to be, maybe some, you know, the point in 3 years, sort of, it doesn't have to be like super clear, but direction. And then for that, like, you know, some milestones that, you know, what way I can take, so if I have that clarity.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I took some notes, and I really welcome that you brought that to my attention. You know, we do have a full plate over the next 6 months, but I really want to make space for that. Okay, and I'd like to discuss with you over the next, when we have our next longer one-on-one in, I think, right after Christmas. Right, I'd like to see in what rhythm you'd like to discuss this, and what kind of exact milestones you are imagining. But I'd also like to know from you a bit more clearer how that works together with your job. So and milestones, because of course they should work together, but I'm really open to bring this up on the agenda here. And find a way to talk about this regularly with you. Okay, so I know this was only for a moment, but how did this help, if any?
Yes, I feel more relaxed because I was having some stress around that, for the last couple of weeks. I was thinking a lot.
Understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
That's good to know. Yeah, you're welcome. You're most welcome. Cut. Let's take my green stuff back. How was that different for you?
Yeah.
Those two. How were they different?
Totally different. And the first one, I felt like really disengaged. I felt like almost scared. Because you were coming to the front. And the second one, I felt like you are really listening and you are really interested in me, in my background, my thought.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And I tried also to use another coaching skill, right? I'm not simply saying, hey, you can have whatever you want. So I try to show how I, as a manager, can walk towards you, respect what you need, while also for me to maintain a standard. Right? So whatever we talk about has to align to the job, and that's a fair thing for me to say. There's nothing wrong with that. But in that first conversation, I was really talking down to you, condescending.
Yes.
So belittling you. In the second conversation, I took you seriously. And I will say that that's anybody can do that. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about that, Megumi? So, because I always hear, I want to just talk about that objection for a moment.
Yes.
In my culture, that's not possible. But that mindset, what do you think? How does that play a role?
It is totally possible. And, coming from a Japanese background, and I moved to, say, Germany, more sort of Western culture, like 16 years ago. And I'm kind of midst of mixed culture as well. And that's why I coach various people from various backgrounds, And these, as you demonstrated, these mindset and communications and genuine curiosity and care, it's the common thing. And no matter what language and what culture background you have, this is something.
And we are coming here to say there is no culture excuse. No matter where we are, culture plays a role, yes, but we can change it. And there's one truth that I would like to share that I've seen over the years consistently. No matter where I go in the world, what kind of company I talk to, what kind of culture, what kind of mix, the culture in your team matters way more than the culture of your country. So and that's why that engagement, when we saw that engagement statistic here, there was 70% of the variance comes from the manager. It's possible. And all it takes is some skills. And that's where we are. And so that's the first objection here. Coaching is not working in my culture. Yeah, I would always reframe that. What could be a reframe here, Megumi, for that?
Coaching would work in every culture.
Yes, and we've seen it, but maybe in Japan there's more of a low-hanging fruit here right now, right? So and we are really excited to just contribute and help, especially Japanese leader, to just have an outsized impact. We also often hear that coaching is slow and soft. Right? So, and what would you say to that coaching is slow, Megumi?
No, that's not true, actually. And sometimes, when I deal with many busy business leaders, that they have so many meetings, so they only have 30 minutes to talk. And, within 20, 30 minutes, if you're really focused, that you can have really valuable conversations. It's about, I address also the presence, right? Focus and presence. Can give a value.
Thank you. And the value of the skill set is visible in the unnecessary conversations that you avoid, because they are repetitive questions for things that you try to just advise on, but people like coming to you for the wrong reasons, and we just become much sharper.
Yeah.
So in making agreements. And I also try to demonstrate that coaching is by no means soft. It's a challenging style. It brings decision making to team members in the right way. So do you think, are you aware of any other objection that comes out of maybe the space of Japan, especially Japanese leaders? I might not be. I'm just wondering. Is there another bubble here?
I think coaching, what do people would say, the coaching? Yeah, I think a coaching, it's very similar to coaching itself. Some clients say, you know, if I coach my team members, that they get spoiled. You know.
Yes.
That
comes together with that, and there's no other misconception, right? So that relates to a very outdated definition of coaching, and unfortunately, we don't have a better word for that. Coaching is one of the most challenging styles you can employ with your team members. It's a rightful challenge, though, and it helps engagement, which, as we saw about earlier, relates directly to cost. And it didn't talk about this, but turnover is one of the most impacted metrics as well. And the lower engagement, the higher turnover, the lower productivity. There's a lot of things that happen to it. So it's just a good investment. So hopefully, before we go to the path forward, any other message, Meg, that you'd like to share before we go to the last segment here?
What comes up is that as a leader, like when you are equipped with coaching skills, and of course you can use for your team members to develop them, which is really, really important and valuable. But I think when you are trained as a coach or coaching skills, that you can actually coach yourself because you're equipped with effective questions. So you talked about, productivity. I think that in Japanese organizations that they struggle with low productivity. It's really crucial situations in many companies. Long working hours.
I resonate with that so much.
Yes.
It's crucial not just for organizations, by the way, because people take low engagement home to their families. That's another bitter and very real truth. We become just better humans, better family members, better fathers, mothers, partners, siblings, all throughout when we are doing better. And that's why we have a little surprise here. So that's that path forward. So until now, our signature course here, IntelliCoach Pro, exists for leaders and business partners. And I think from next week onwards, we're going to have a link here for leaders in Japan. Because Megumi, you're going to run this in Japanese, so I'm in awe. So that's our big surprise. So we've been working so hard on this, and that's why we are excited to share secretly here, ahead of everybody else, a link, a QR code to a web page. It's not even fully live yet, that you can go to and have a look. So it's in Japanese, of course. And it gives a pretty good idea about what your course is about. And I also have another QR code here. What is that about, Meg?
This is an application form for a discovery call. And so if you put your name and your email address, I'll contact you so we can have a 30 minutes light conversation. And you don't have to sign up, of course. I explain about the course and you can decide.
Yes, of course. I'll make this a bit bigger here. So you can snap this, take a picture. I think this is not something we should pass on. I think there's great opportunity here, and we want to invite you just to have a chat with us and see what's possible. And we are happy to demonstrate it. We often know this is quite an investment to learn the skill, but it has an outsized effect, right, in the long run. And I can't believe that we've already reached our 30-minute mark here, Meg.
Wow.
So what shall we leave our audience with? Everyone who's watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. That was exciting, and really hope that people who need these skills can join our course and just enjoy, developing as a coach, leader coach. And I believe, as Mike said, this is a really valuable skill, and it's lifetime skills, I believe, personally.
Yes, I agree. I can just add to that. It's a lifetime skill. It's a life-changing skill.
Yes.
It transforms not just you, it transforms really the people around you. And we'd be happy to explain it and share it. So thank you everybody for watching. And
thank you.
I think that closes our session here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. So all the best. And
all the best. Happy holidays.
Webinar for now. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, it's pre-mended. Here we go. That's it. What was that like for you?
Recording in progress, leave studio, or what?
I already switched it off. So it's not broadcasting anymore.
Okay,
cool. But we can still talk.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. That was fun.
What was that like for you?
That was fun. Yeah, I was nervous at the start, but because of you, we talk a lot, so it's just, I
think we did well.
Yeah, I think
it worked quite well. So we only had a handful of people there who were live. Nobody commented, but that's okay. It will stay online.
Yes.
So
I'll also share.
I think you can also share it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the recording directly on the platform, I forgot to switch it on. That's my mistake. I thought it would always auto-record, but I can download it from LinkedIn. So I will do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So there's a secret way.
Yeah.
There's a way to get it.
Yeah.
And could you do one favor?
Yeah.
Could you post as a comment your link?
Yes.
To your form into the event.
Yes.
And I will also put the link to the web page there.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Well, anything else right now, Meg?
No, I'm complete. Yeah.
Good. now can relax.
Yes.
I can tell you, I was also very overwhelmed in the beginning because this is very different. There's a lot more things that can go wrong platform-wise, but I've learned a lot, and I think I'm at the stage almost where I want to. Cannot tell you secrets. So I'm a little project that I'm exploring. Maybe go live daily for just 10 minutes and share one concept. So that's something I'm planning to do from next year onward.
Okay.
It doesn't take much to impress people with this, and with a bit of my tech here, showing stuff behind me that makes it automatically engaging.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of running something almost daily.
Okay.
And maybe you could join as a guest. Who knows?
Yes.
So this is a bit of a project that I'm planning because I find it quite hard to be present on LinkedIn consistently. But if I think it's not difficult just to go online for a while and talk to one topic.
Yeah.
Right, for just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it stays online. It shows up on the platform like a video.
Yeah.
That's something I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. What's the challenge? Yeah. You committed. Yeah.
Yeah. I just committed, I guess.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, then. Yeah. Let's stay in touch. When is our next meeting, actually?
Oh, we haven't set. You have Christmas holiday.
Right? Yes. But I can meet actually in the end of next week if you want. So if we want to,
let's see.
If you're in, we could just make sure we keep our pace. For example, on 26, I could actually meet for a few minutes.
Okay, 27.
Just for us to align our.
Okay.
Also can.
Yeah. 27 would be probably better for me. 27.
Okay. Nope. 26 is holiday in Germany. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yes. How about maybe 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.? What works best?
Okay, 8 a.m. if it's okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No problem for me.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll set it up right now.
Yeah.
What do you think about the platform?
That's cool.
Looking okay for you? Everything
yeah.
here?
Yeah, that's cool. Actually. Yeah.
Yes.
I have to learn so many things around tech. That's my next year target.
Yes. And by the way, I'm not sure I make you that offer, but I'd be happy to have you. I have a plan where I can have multiple people join as part of a team. So if you just consider this, maybe think about it over the holidays. If you want to do that, I can give you your own account here. I pay for it already. So, and you
mentioned that actually. You mentioned that. Is it a different thing? Sorry. You mentioned that last time, I think, and I wasn't sure like how to use it actually. Yes.
I would like, maybe we can discuss that next week, because I would like to really offer that to you, because it's already paid, and what you can get your own account basically to this platform. You could log in, connect it to your own social media, and then start broadcasting.
Okay.
This costs normally $80 a month, this kind of thing. And I basically, yes. So that's why, and I have some seats, and I'd be very happy to share, to give you one. So feel free to just explore this. Think about it, and we can discuss it next week. I'd be very happy to extend one of my seats to you, and then you can go in there, connect your LinkedIn, whatever platform you would like to do, and you could just go online like we've done today.
Okay. Thank you for the offer. I'll consider, because this is expensive stuff. So for you, it's probably better to distribute to someone who's regularly doing the live, right? So then my commitment is like, I have to ask myself if, because otherwise it's really waste for you. So No,
understand. But to be clear, I will not charge you. Okay.
I
will not charge you. This is something that I totally offer to you. So, and I'd be very happy to see you play with this. I think it would be a cool way to go to market yourself.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else right now before we close?
No. Complete.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for all this and organizing it. Appreciate it.
Yes. Frohes Fest.
Yeah, Frohes Fest.
Okay, just.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.